Hi guys, Sickatoni here, and this is Bunny King with my thoughts on the Borderlands 4 trailer or theories that people have. This is my complete biased opinion about this topic and what I say from here on out. And what I'm going to say is, my I'm going to be getting Borderlands 4, regardless on if it's good or bad, because no one knows if it's going to be a good or bad game just by the little bit of video we got um, with it. I mean, it could be a good story. I've been waiting for this. This is the war I think that we've been waiting for since the end of Borderlands pre-sequel that the Watcher was explaining us about. I hope there is a bunch of fixes that we were supposed to get in Borderlands 3 whenever it was released. Like we didn't have dedicated drops, and the anointed enemies were just completely broken, and the anointing system was not as good as it was back then. Another thing I have to say is the characters in Borderlands 4. A lot of people have a lot of disagree with them, and they don't like them because they don't do a lot of things in the trailer or videos that we get. Here's my thought about this: is I think they're good. Honestly, they ain't that bad compared to a lot of other characters that we have other seen, like Paxton or Mose or Roland, the very basic, uh, you know, commando or, run and gun type of people, like Call of Duty. That's what a lot of Call of Duty players, supposedly Call of Duty players play as those people because they are around guns and they are around those things. I think they're not that bad, considering that we've had worse. Another thing is the whole dislike of what these vault hunters are like. Like, for instance, no, a lot of people are having some disagrees about the Siren, saying that the Siren is transgender. I do not care if it's transgender. It might make better, dialogue. Also, the guy in the trailer on the far left, the one that also wields the holographic swords in the clip, people are saying that he's gay. I do not care. The dialogue might be better. That's the only thing that can happen with a character being gay or transgender or anything is that the dialogue is going to be different. That's what I like a lot about different characters in the Borderlands series. Like, for instance, you play as Zane and he says some of the most, like, off the wall shit. And, that could be a good pace because, a lot of the guy that makes the was the one that does all the writing for Borderlands 4. This is also going to be the one that made all the DLCs for Borderlands 3. He did make Wonderlands, but the guy that made Borderlands 2, he also made Borderlands pre-sequel. So I mean, there's some good and some bads that both these guys do. But, if you have any other things that I haven't said, make sure you please put that down in the comments, and maybe I might make another video about how I feel now with the Borderlands, game as it gets closer and closer to release date. Another thing is, people were explaining how some guns might have anointments. I feel like the anointment system should not be in there, or at least they should have another way of getting a different anointment rather than just spending a shit ton of iridium on things. Because then it defeats the whole purpose of you going for the story and going for iridium, and you're spending that time. You could be going for either better loot or doing more of the story, or maybe a side quest that unlocks more lore, depending on what kind of guy you are or what kind of person you are when it comes to playing games. I'm a very heavy story kind of guy, so I like to go for the story, and then once the story is done, then I go through all the other shit that I probably should have done. Or maybe I start up a ultimate vault hunter mode, and I just simply go through it then whenever I need XP or something like that. There's something on the lines of that. But I'm very story driven in Borderlands series. Right now, I'm going to talk about some of the things I'm very excited for in Borderlands 4. One, if this is the war that we've been told about since Borderlands pre-sequel, I am excited for because I've been waiting for this war. I thought Borderlands 3 was going to be a war. It wasn't the war. And you know, hopefully this is, because one bad thing that comes with it is that it would be the end of Borderlands 4, Borderlands franchise. That's the sad thing. But, you know, we could always do spin-offs that were a lot better than the Wonderlands game. That was hot garbage. But hopefully we can, do something on the lines of that. Also, this right here, I think this was pretty cool. Look at that. He's dead. I'm back to home. Anyway, back to the video. Stop getting sidetracked. It would be the end of Borderlands franchise, which is sad. But I meant, at least, like, I don't know what else you could go on Borderlands 4 besides the war, because I mean it starts off with a war, and you see two different major companies. Well, not really companies, but two major factions really going off in the beginning of the trailer. And, hopefully that's good. I don't really know how else to explain something on those lines, but I've been waiting for this thing for so long. Hopefully it does come out to the way I want it to be. The only thing that I'm not happy about is that if you go through the new Tales of the Borderlands and they bring Crystal, I don't think that's the canon, because in the trailer we see Zane. Zane's obviously killed people, and then the new Tales of Borderlands, they make it to where that everyone that has killed someone who died. So Zane's there. I don't think that's it. A lot of people are saying how this is a different Zane and how it might be in a different, dimension. It's not. The reason that his clone is the way that his clone is because he got the clone made at that time, so it's going to look like that. It's not going to evolve with him. It's a clone. It's not alive. It's not going to grow old with someone. It's literally just going to look. It's just going to grow. It's just going to stay as it is because it doesn't age. Zane, on the other hand, does age. So his clone won't look like him. Some people are saying, oh, this Zane is from a different thing and he's chilling with the other Zane's clone. I don't think that at all. I think people are going way out of the line with this, because I don't think that is it. I really think his clone doesn't age. I mean, let's use some, common sense here. It's a clone. It won't age. Another thing I'm excited for is weapons. I am really excited to see what kind of weapons we get. I mean, we haven't seen any other rarities like effervescence or effervescence or pearls. We've only seen, the basic white, green, blue, purple, orange. We haven't even seen E-Tex at this moment. And, people are saying lasers are going to be back. Technically, lasers were in Borderlands 3. If you got the fucking barrel with an alien on it, it shot goddamn lasers. Okay? It shot lasers. Let's be real now. We've had laser guns in Borderlands 3. Okay, so laser weapons coming back ain't a fucking thing because we had them already. They weren't really laser guns. They were alien E-Tech, whatever you want to fucking call it. They shot lasers. And my version of a gun that shoots lasers is a gun that shoots fucking lasers. I ain't fucking wrong about this shit. So, yeah, let's continue on using laser weapons. Another thing is about characters is I'm curious on what your guys' first character is going to be. I already have an idea of who I want to use. I'm thinking I want to play as either the Siren or the big dude. I'm even kind of suggesting on playing as the melee character that people are explaining to be, which it could be. I'm really excited to see what the fourth one on the right side. If you look at Taylor, the black girl, most likely just because people are saying that she is an ex Molly 1 soldier, which would not be very far from what we have been expecting. You know, Borderlands 1, we had Roland, who was a Crimson Raider, or not Crimson Raider, fuck, Atlas soldier. We had Axton, who was the doll soldier in Borderlands 2. Pre-sequel, we had Athena, who was also a Crimson Lance member. Did I say he was a... I think I said he was Vlad. I don't think... No. Roland is an ex-Crimson Raid, Crimson Lance. Axton's ex-Doll. Athena's ex-Crimson Lance. Moses ex Vladoff, and it would just make sense to have another weapons franchise included in there because, I mean, what else ones do we have to do? Torg and Jacobs and whatever the bandit allegiance would be at this moment. And I meant not too many out there left to do, but you know, Molly would be cool, so who knows if she, you know, brings in a big ball or whatever. No one knows what she does, but people are thinking that she's a ex Molly, which would not make too much of a, you know, wrong speculation considering her suit is looking like an ex Molly 1 soldier. I want to play all of them, and I'm going to whenever it comes out because I'm going to pre-order it and I'm going to stream the hell out of it. So if you want to see those, make sure you you know, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know whenever that happens, because it will be happening soon. I mean, it's really hard for me to choose one because I mean, I don't know what all they do. I just know 2 of what they do. But I've always loved playing as a Siren. Lilith's fun, Maya's fun, fucking Amara's fun. There isn't really a Siren in Borderlands sequel. So I mean, Sirens are always been fun and very, very powerful. Also, I'm really excited for, you know, the Timekeeper. If you've never really listened to lore before, but if you go back into Borderlands 3 and listen about the lore, Myriad has explained about the Timekeeper, how with every traveler, every Timekeeper, you know, every grave ward, everything, there has to be one. If there is one, then there's another. I'm really curious to see what happens. I don't know if he's going to do, you know, any dimension stuff. I really hope not. I'm just real excited for, you know, just the game in general. Like, it looks real good. It looks like I would enjoy this game. And I just hope that it just has a lot of, you know, a lot of the things that Borderlands 3 had, but did it better. Borderlands 3, let's be honest, it's a good game. It is really good. But there is some improvements that it needs. It's not the best it could be. And I really hope Gearbox has been listening to some things. In Gearbox, if you're listening, don't fuck up. I mean, already this game has a lot of hate, and it's only been one trailer. I mean, I don't know what else to, you know, really think on that. People are really judgy. I really think it's going to be good because, I mean, like I said, no one knows how the game is going to be until you get it and you play it. You know, everyone thought Wonderlands was going to be so good. That turned out to be trash. And then, like, we need dedicated drops. Dedicated drops are a must. a very well must, because if you don't have dedicated drops, then you're not going to have reasons to need to go back to a boss. And maybe you don't need to. I like to go back to the bosses and kill them, most likely just because I like trying different strategies, different builds, different ways to do combat. And you can't do that if you are only messing around with the blues and purples. And that's where Borderlands pre-sequel did bad, is that they do have dedicated drops, but they don't have very many dedicated drops. If you want a legendary, you gotta go grind this shit. And that is very aggravating when you don't get a lot of legendaries to begin with. Some people have been saying how they want the grinder back. I don't want the grinder back. If you have the grinder, then you're most likely going to use it. They wouldn't put anything in there that they're not going to try to use. I mean, maybe if there was dedicated drops more than pre-sequel, yes, put it in there. And then maybe we could mess around with it, and then we could, get more legendaries and try out different guns. But if you're going to put in there with not many very dedicated drops, then what's the point of putting the grinder in there? I mean, you could put a bunch of purples in there and hope for a legendary, but then you got to put Moonstone in there, and getting Moonstone is kind of an ass. I have a very love-hate relationship with pre-sequel. It's a good game, got good story, but god damn does it suck because of no legendaries. You can get legendaries, they're just fucking difficult, and there's only a handful you can get without using the grinder. And a lot of thing about dedicated drops is that it pushes the player to want to keep doing that boss to get that special loot. No one wants to farm fucking Hyperius or Vermi, because everyone wants either the Quasar from Vermi or you can get the Norfleet from either or. But it's very rare to get the Norfleet. But people still try to get the Norfleet because it's such a good gun. People go for the Norfleet. Not the Norfleet, the Unkempt Herald. It's easy to get. It's strong as fuck. It pushes me more to go after the bosses. And then sometimes when you kill bosses, you get XP and you can level up and shit like that. The major thing that I did not like about this whole thing with Borderlands 3, or Borderlands 4, is they needed more time. From Borderlands pre-sequel to Borderlands 3, I do believe that was 4 or 5 years in between, which was really good and really, really solid, gave them enough time to really do shit. But you go from Borderlands 3 to Wonderlands, and it looks like you took everything that you fucking wanted and threw it out the fucking window. Wonderlands was garbage, and it was a year or two after Borderlands 3? Or no, it was actually 3 or... It was 3, I think? I can't really remember how many years. It wasn't many years. It wasn't many. And that game was complete utter garbage. Now we're going a year, 2, maybe 3 again with Borderlands 4, and I feel like they needed more time. There's just not enough time. I feel like there needs to be more time. And another thing is that they're either going to do it before or after GTA 6. They need to do it before GTA 6, because if you do it after GTA 6, ain't no one gonna fucking buy the damn thing, because GTA 6 has been a highly anticipated game. And they put a lot of time into that game. GTA 5 has been around for so goddamn long. I stopped playing it just because it's too repetitive at this moment. I've been doing the same shit over and over and over, and I'm sick and tired of the damn thing. But anyway, guys, this was my thoughts on the Borderlands 4. I think I covered everything I wanted to. If you think I missed anything, or you think most of my stuff was wrong, please put it down in the comments. I look at all my comments. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and that subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know next time we post a video or go live. And put a comment down if you would like, if you want to. Anyway, guys, see you guys later. See you guys in the next video.